Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Okay, this is the final stream for today. Horizon Forbidden West. So let's get to it. Final stream. We're going through streams quick today because I've got a thing at my son's school. We've got a play. He's doing a Oliver Twist play, which is quite interesting. So I don't think he's actually acting. I think he's like doing some singing or something like that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Alright, continue. Just continue where we left off. Along with okay. Okay, right, we were here last time, weren't we? Legacy Landfall, right? Okay, hold on. Let's see what we skill tree. You got anything for the skill tree? Yes, you got loads of things for the skill tree. Skills. Okay. Yeah, we need to start unlocking the central ones as well. I've noticed that. I've been focusing on the side ones, but not the central. Well, actually, to be fair, I could maybe get to Trapper. Yeah, cool. We're getting there slowly. Alright, so what do we need to do now? Where do we need to go? Talk to Gaia, we did that. Launch a Gemini mission. Gemini. There's nothing but the Gemini mission left. What's this? Find other salvage camps. Yeah, that's another one. No, I don't care about that. Tornex we've done. Cauldrons we've done. Gauntlet, I don't care about gauntlets. I think it's only main mission really. Apart from... Alright, let's just show a map. Whereabouts is it? Okay. Can I fast travel there? That'd be sick if I can fast travel there. Why is it? That's weird. Why is it gone like? Sheesh. Fast travel there. Didn't quite get that. Alright. It went inside the base. You didn't need to show me inside the base to get it. It's crazy. Oops. We had to start a mission, let's go. Oh, there's still people to talk to though. Let's talk to Val.
You want to talk?
Yeah, companions.
What's Alva doing?
She's been digging into that data you two found in San Francisco.
Okay.
And she seems more bubbly than usual, if that's even possible. Maybe one of these days I'll get her to tell me more about these ancestors of hers.
Just not Pharaoh, maybe?
Yeah, we'll skip him.
Okay, farewell.
I'll let you get back to work.
Will do.
Wasn't there something else? Somebody else was... I think he wanted to talk. Oh.
Hey.
Keep pressing the wrong button. Companion.
What's wrong with your shoulder?
Yeah, it hurts a little. Yeah, maybe a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to arm wrestle with Cthulhu.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
I was just curious to see if that new arm of his was as strong as it looked. Turns out it really is.
Alright, well, Pharaoh.
I
Farewell.
need to go.
Whenever you're
Okay.
ready, we'll head out to those cauldrons.
Injured armor. I wonder if that's going to affect the mission anyway. The hell was that? That was strange. Where was...
We just need to find the right strategy. Well, forget it. The man is unbeatable at machine strength.
Where was she?
What did you expect?
Cthulhu can't win every time.
Hmm.
Try to be optimistic. Try to be realistic. We're terrible.
Where are they? Oh, she's here.
Aloy, do you have a moment?
Talk.
Aloy, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to give you this for helping me get the data on Leviathan.
What is it?
I didn't really know what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Alpha. I'll put it to good use.
Okay, let's talk about the data on Leviathan.
Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There is much to sort through still, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
The Overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons.
They're not.
But Pharaoh wasn't. Not even close. His greed led to machines that devoured the world.
Mm-hmm.
The archive of the Old One's knowledge destroyed, just to erase his mistakes. So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But, in the end, it's not that simple.
Mm.
The truth isn't a straight line of ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter, smudged and faded on stained parchment. I wish more Quen could see that, instead of looking the other way or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
Mm.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle for anything less.
Mm-hmm.
For that, I thank you, Aloy.
So let me just get this. There you go. Felt like that wasn't okay, that's it. Farewell.
I gotta head out. I'll let you know when it's time to leave for Gemini.
I can keep studying in the meantime.
Cool. Alright, the other guy was here, wasn't he? I swear. Hmm? No. Wait, no, who's here? There you go. Let's go talk to him. I'm gonna make sure I talk to
Aloy,
everybody.
Are you well?
Okay.
Had a bit of an issue with Beta. It's
I need to speak to Beta as well, just in case.
I'm not surprised.
Really? Why not?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
Did he ever get over it?
In time. But not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Well, at least I avoided that.
Okay, let's talk about your new
I
arm.
bet people are curious about that new arm of yours.
None more than our Quen ally, I assure you. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
Think you're
Training.
ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
Good. Good luck to you. Okay, let's talk about companions.
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best.
Mm. Okay.
Anything new going on I should know about?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The Ten would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes. only more persistent.
Okay.
I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
Should I go downstairs and talk to what's her face? Oh wait, where is it? Where is downstairs? No. Where's downstairs? Aloy's got a very weird way of walking, running.
You made it back. Hey, I just wanted to make sure you're okay. I am. Is there something you wanted to talk about?
Not really, no. Oh, there is. Getting along with the others?
Alva's joined us. Have you two had a chance to talk? She told me she's not allowed to access a lot of the data her people have. Similar to the restrictions I had in my training interface. I told her that if we succeed at Gemini, then once we return, I'll help her search for more ways to help her family. Even though Gaia will fix the biosphere, it'll take time for farmlands to fully recover.
Yeah.
So, I want to help speed things up. How so? Bioengineering of more resilient plant strains, novel crop production methods, equipment upgrades. Something that might help in the short term. I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
Bioengineering, Jesus. You're getting along with the others again.
So when you talk to the others, are you calling them over the focus? No, they'll come down here to visit. Like Erend. He's funny. But loud. I wish I could show him the media portal and the data channel. I think he would like the sports hollows. There was one where two people would criticize each other before wrestling to see who was stronger. It was bizarre and violent, but I think Erend would enjoy it.
Wrestling.
Yeah, you're right. I bet he would.
That's funny. What have you been up to?
So how goes studying up on the merge? Guy and I have added a function that will display a holographic interface to visualize the data stream from Hephaestus. It should make expunging its malicious code a little more efficient. That's great. Whatever we can do to cut down the merge time is going to increase our chance of success. Good work. I'll continue to search for other ways to speed up the process. But whenever you're ready, I am too.
Okay, questions about the Zenith. Let's talk about the
You said you
archive.
spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that? But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress. Wait,
Okay.
those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Farrow purged it. The Zeniths have a copy. So it still exists. And you got to learn from it. Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it. To have all that knowledge just out of reach must have been frustrating. A little.
Okay, let's talk about the Zenith colony.
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened? All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event.
Okay.
Maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A. Did the Zeniths tell you any details? Something that might narrow it down? They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius. Guess they survived old age too.
Let's talk about extinction
So
signal.
you know about the extinction signal? It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous.
She's answering
than
these questions
self-function
differently.
altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her. Her plan almost failed. If I hadn't stumbled upon a focus as a kid, things would have been a lot different.
Speak well.
I'll be going now. Okay. I'll be right here.
Well, okay. Now we need to talk to Gaia. We've spoken to everybody. Made sure everybody's in check. Zoe didn't have anything to say, did she? What did she actually? Even though it's nothing over her thing, maybe she has something to say. Let's see. Let's try to speak to Zoe quick.
Yes, Aloy?
Okay, no, I think
I
she...
have to go.
Let there be no delay.
Okay, no, I just wanted to see if she had anything. Alright, cool. Let's go to... No more delays. Let's make sure we got all of our affairs in order before we continue to the main missions. One thing I want to make sure. Don't want to miss any dialogue or anything important. Alright, talk.
Hello, Aloy.
Hello?
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, 2 heads are better than 1, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Let's talk about our progress quickly. Talk about companions.
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive.
Mm-hmm.
A particular file soon caught her attention.
Mm-hmm.
Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that.
The maid. What's that? Plan to capture the Hephaestus.
So our plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it again.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test,
Mm-hmm.
we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your alpha clearance.
Which is why I got Ted Farrow's Omega clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. While you were gone, Beta constructed the transport rig and pulse generators.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores.
Got you.
The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta, it will take approximately 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct.
4.5 hours,
They
maybe
will
5
each
then.
take position at a cauldron door and fire off their device.
Okay.
The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
Damn, man. My shoulder always pains when I'm fucking streaming. Alright.
When I set out to
Companions.
find a way to bring you back,
Yeah.
I never thought we'd be here, like this. Among friends.
They have all come a long way with their improvised educations.
Okay.
Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants, once the biosphere has been stabilized.
Mm.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. As long as you're the one running the lessons.
Okay, let's talk about Bear.
So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between us until now. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have both endured many hardships.
Mm-hmm.
Different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as 2 miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia.
Let's go back. Let's go. Question about subordinate functions. Let's talk about the missing subordinate functions.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of humans.
I've been thinking, is there a way to get those other missing ones?
Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Farrow.
Ted. Guess he got what he deserved, in the end.
Yes. An igneous conclusion to his pathological narcissism, impulsive tendencies, and instability.
Mm-hmm.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
Oh, they have them, right? Okay, back. About the old world. Let's talk about Elizabeth.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Okay.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate.
You've heard this before,
I'm
I'm
glad
sure.
she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. Did all that she could. Thanks, Gaia.
Okay, let's talk about this place.
I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility. Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species.
Okay.
Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we
Tertiary.
access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
Okay.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something to look into later then.
Okay. Let's talk about this place again.
So what will happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection. Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so.
Okay. Talk about old world discoveries.
So I found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans.
Yeah.
Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen.
Okay. Old world discoveries.
Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Okay. Okay, let's go to Gemini. I'm ready.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
We've done enough.
I'll get everyone together.
It's time. It's time. Okay. Right, split off. Split. Okay. Why are they not attacking? Oh, that's Gyra in the back, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Gaia.
All right, connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right?
In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay, radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off.
Cool. Blinkers are blinking. Keep them blinking.
It's the beast.
Let's do this quickly, shall we? 4 hours, they said. Shh.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Alright.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Imperative escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Your countermeasures are gonna do shit.
Lock
Believe
it
me.
down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Capture imminent. Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's
Contingency.
that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Engage. Autonomous defenses. Directive. Neutralize.
That means machines are on their way.
That's fine, let them come. Bring your machine to me. I'm ready.
Get ready.
Go hide.
Here they come!
Thor will stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful.
Get me that.
That should fry a surface a bit.
good.
You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled. Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here. I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime. Keep her safe, Vol.
On my life.
Sorry, had to go deal with something. You were talking about something before I left.
On my life.
Okay, well. Let's talk about something on my life. That's what I wanted to say on my life. Got ya. Doesn't say anything of interest. Yep, let's take this cannon with us. Actually, we can't. It's clocked.
Chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Retreat to the core.
Excuse me. What the hell? How the hell am I supposed to go across there? No way.
I'm gonna reach the other side.
Oh, like that. Sorry, my bad. Struggling.
Attached into your focus feet. You should know there is a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Cool.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there. It's some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right? What kind of machine is it trying to build? I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from. I bet that's where Hephaestus is hiding too.
Trying to build something that can destroy you. Trying to build a nuke.
I gotta find where Hephaestus is hiding. Looks like there are a couple of places to go. Well, that doesn't sound good. Machines are making a beeline for another chamber. I better follow them. Might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield. Aloy, I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it. Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to the power node. I think that could work.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't even supposed to go there. I've been stupid.
Should be able to catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
Should be able to. Oh, forecast. Alright, cool. Getting mad confused now. to Festus here.
Just a little longer. Okay. I'm gonna drive Festus out of here.
There should be a node you can override near the central platform.
Thanks. I should deal with these machines first.
I can't see any machines. I know there's some more machines here, but I can't see them.
Prepare materials for fate.
Oh.
The machines on the node. Beta! Festus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Don't know what it is done. There we go.
I got them all.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
Okay. Cool. Now what?
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
It's gonna keep fleeing.
Better not get comfortable.
It's gonna keep fleeing. I'm gonna keep coming after it. It's just the long and short of it at this point.
Energy containment veil sinks.
Great. Festus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy! More machines keep coming! Please tell me you're getting close!
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out!
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right? Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity. I think we can do this, Aloy.
I think we can do this too. How about that? I think this is very doable. Alright, where the hell are we supposed to go? Right, well. I don't know what's going on there. Alright. Oh. Getting confused there. That make no goddamn sense.
Maybe there's a way over the shield.
Ah.
Alright. Need to try Festus out. Got it.
Okay.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
Machine can't move. I could grapple in for a big hit.
Node access restored. Now you can override it.
Work.
You did the heavy lifting.
Okay. Overwrite time. How many times are you gonna have to do this? Overwrite, overwrite, overwrite. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy?
Mm-hmm.
I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
The machine that Festus was building. It must have finished it.
Powerful. Whatever it is.
It's core.
I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No. Just stay where you are, okay?
Yeah, don't do anything. Just stay where you are, love.
Okay.
Yeah. Chill out.
Be safe.
You're doing too much. Whatever it is, I've got it. Of course it's one of these.
I should scan it first.
They'll do damage, don't worry.
There should be one more node to override.
Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you.
Hephaestus, come on. You better than that.
No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
Then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along. And you, Varl. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
I feel like tragedy is going to strike, but somebody's going to get killed. I don't know. It's been catching that vibe. One of these guys are going to get killed. Maybe all of our friends are going to get killed, would you reckon? I don't know, it's been catching that vibe. Okay.
Aloy, the bypass is done. The core is stable. Hephaestus is 100% contained.
Quest done.
And we better get started with the merge.
Merged in.
It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Could have sneezed. Jesus.
To complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus' malicious code. Carefully.
It looks like a cool little mini game. How comes I can't play it? I don't want to play this mini game. Avoid the malicious code. That should so be a mini game. I like little mini game puzzles like that. Malicious code is gone, yeah. What's that? What's one of the robots we fight, wasn't it? Was it Sun Glider, whatever they're called? Oh, I have access to Sun Glider now, huh? Cool. How the hell did they find us?
Oh, redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time.
How on earth did they find us? How on earth? How in reality did they find us?
Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're
Did that kill him?
Ooh! Get behind me.
So he's gonna die, isn't he? No, so what's his name? Val.
Yeah, we're having fun, right?
Knew it. Val dead. Do it.
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport.
You promised you would.
Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her!
Who the hell is that? Who was she? She went supernova on them. She's the one that was helping, How the hell did they find them so quickly? Wasn't there supposed to be a jamming signal or something to stop them from finding them? Yeah, that's not explained. Just random. Is Val dead? You know Val's dead, innit? Val is for sure dead.
Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay. What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection.
This is the construct ship.
Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like.
No, I think I know what this
Curious
is.
to hear your impressions. Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. Stunning, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with saving such treasures from masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Von Vianen's leaded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Von Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
She wants me to look at all her pictures.
My shoulders. I know the feeling. If this ewer was a memorial, how did you end up with it?
As the Pharaoh swarm closed in, my homeland's greatest museum gave it to me, along with many other works, in the hope that I could preserve them. A masterpiece like this was too important to lose to history. I even considered bringing it with me off-world to ensure its safety.
Why didn't you?
I took a calculated risk. This vault seemed more secure than the unknowns of space. Besides, I thought someday I might return. A long life, after all, has its advantages.
Mm.
Now, lo and behold, here I am.
Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer.
The Gust. By Willem
Maybe I get something for looking at all of these.
the
Maybe not.
most famous of
These are some nice paintings, actually. I ain't gonna lie.
maritime paintings.
I like the way they've rendered these.
Crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it. Rembrandt's The Night Watch.
Rembrandt.
By far the most
Know about
famous
Rembrandt.
painting my homeland
Very
ever
good painter.
produced. It was
One of the best.
commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
Man, there's a lot. I don't know.
A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus,
Rembrandt.
depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it.
There is a lot of paintings, yeah.
Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
I appreciate art, so I can listen to all of
This
these all
is
day.
Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. Selene and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Selene's undying infatuation with him.
Alright.
Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn. My favorite pairing on the left is woman reading a letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, woman reading music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later.
Just software thing, isn't she? Alright, cool. So that's all of the paintings. Didn't get anything for it. Thought maybe we would, but yeah. Yeah, we looked at all of those. Nothing in there? It looks like there's some priceless stuff in there as well. Yeah, looking at all your paintings, you looked at most of them, if not majority of them.
There you are. Feeling better?
Doesn't she act as, what's her name? Claire Underwood from House of Cards. So that's the same actress.
All business, I
The
see.
Claire Underwood or Sarah Underwood, whatever her name was.
Suffice it to say,
Looks
we were
like her.
keeping a very close eye
Looks
on
like the same actress.
Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us.
If you ever watched House of
and
Cards, you
as
know what I'm
for
talking about.
my
Claire Underwood, I'm sure that's her name.
it was an overload of the senses.
Kevin
accompanied by an
Spacey
energy
was
discharge.
Mr. Underwood, the president.
Gerard and Eric were only
He
momentarily
wasn't the president, he was, yeah.
disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
Well, it's the ruined version of the house.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're
You
not
killed
my
Vol.
people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back.
So
what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life.
her as a kid.
1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down.
She's a rebel, mate. Okay.
There. That's better.
Let's not address Vol, then he's the fact he's dead.
We must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Vaya. I told you I'd want to help you. I mean it.
Let's talk about my focus.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
Okay, let's talk about, what about you?
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Ugh.
Start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
Sounds like it. Espionage.
More like a service one could turn to for information.
Yeah, you're a spy.
I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
Okay, let's talk about John Far Zenith.
Far Zenith approached you.
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
Okay. Let's talk about other Zeniths.
You didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
Sure.
I knew some of them were. Certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Farzenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
Okay, let's go. Beta.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be, but her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
Okay. Let's talk about the data channel.
Channel you shared with Beta. None of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes.
Okay.
It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Okay.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
You say so. Okay, now let's talk about this place.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm.
Okay.
A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Okay, there's a plan.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard.
Gerard's gonna die.
He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
Okay, let's talk about the Zenith base.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits.
True that.
In this case, a place where Gerard's new
Always know
construction
your
meets
exits.
the ancient foundation.
That's
A
important.
passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Okay. Let's talk about the Beta's
Once we're
location.
inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Hmm.
Here, in the command center,
They're always there,
by
huh?
then Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
Let's talk about Silence.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
Okay.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work.
She's got the shoulder on her.
With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Okay, let's talk about the Tanakh.
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hikaru.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's talk about Elizabeth
So
Sobek.
you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
How did you meet her,
When you
Elizabeth?
met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Something like that.
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
Okay, your approach. Let's talk about your approach,
So
Elizabeth.
how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee.
Mm-hmm.
She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead.
Mm.
I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess
She knew you were a spy. Okay, let's go to... There must be another way. Okay.
First Varl. Now Hikaru and the Tanakh. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
Mm.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tanakh survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
Okay. Gonna get detected. Definitely gonna get detected.
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
What's she whispering?
Then I think it can be done.
What did she whisper? What did she whisper?
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
They should get out there. You open that channel.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
Gonna take over the base?
That is between me and my sister.
Just,
Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth.
What the hell is that?
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When.
There's no if, there's a when. I'm not saying there's really intangible as he thinks he is. You'll figure him out.
And, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... We're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Join him at base. Join him at base.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
They're not here, yeah.
And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
It's gonna be a somber moment. Father's dead.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Katalo's right. We must fight.
All right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that.
Yeah. 1 second, guys. I just need to go to the toilet quick. Been holding it. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh.
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first, we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
We might have to cut the stream short then, guys. I know. You'll soon see.
Stand with Akaro. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna sound.
The rest of you? Resupplies. Get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
East exit.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Seems
Just
like
tell
it.
me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
This one's a vol, mate.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
Let's talk.
You look busy.
My studies are a good distraction. Especially after Cauldron Gemini. Varl, Beta, Gaia, gone. And that's just the beginning. The Zeniths want to rob us of our future too.
We won't let that happen.
Let's talk about the Zenith.
Tilda, the Zenith that Beta mentioned, she was the one who rescued me.
Did she say why?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from, the more valuable the knowledge shared, the higher the price extracted. I'd be careful if I were you, Aloy.
What about training?
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes. I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tanacht, an entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
Deadly.
Deadly. Very deadly.
How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Erend seem to have taken to it the hardest, but I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. Seems like everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
Kotallo more than most. If I were this Regala, I wouldn't want to cross him on the battlefield.
Regala still has a lot of machines on her side.
That's where you come in, I suspect.
If my plan works.
Okay. Very well.
I should get going. Be ready to go on my signal, okay?
I won't let you down.
I know.
You better not. Let's talk. Why am I... Yeah, this drift is making me wiggle crazy, man.
I thought you
Trying
were
to
going
fix
to go
it.
fight some Tanakh.
I wanted to check in with you first.
Don't worry about me. I'm just, picking up the pieces like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there when you need me.
I never doubted that.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're back.
So am I.
Training.
I know you hate waiting, but you'll have to stay back here a little longer.
Well, you go do what you gotta do, but are you okay? It's not just Varl we lost. Beta's gone. I almost lost it when I realized my sister had been taken by Derval back in the Sundom.
I'm getting her back. That's all that matters.
Understood.
Okay.
Do you think so will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
No, I don't want to play that freaking
I
game.
need to get going.
You better get there before Katalo tries to take on Regala's entire army by himself. Do me a favor. Don't go disappearing on us again.
He's really holding that, isn't he? It feels like he's holding that against Aloy. Every 2 seconds he's saying, I'm disappearing against. Oh wait, there's something I missed here.
Oh, back already?
Okay, she has something else.
Tilda's the one who rescued me. Same one that spoke to Beta when none of the others would.
Did she say why she saved you?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from,
We did that already.
I'd be careful if I...
Yeah, why did it show that again?
I'd need to
That must have been a
right.
that must have been a bug. Must have been a bug.
Plugging in that power cell downstairs must have turned on these holograms.
Talk to Zor. I should talk to, what's his name as well? Where is he? One with the one arm. The guy with the one arm, I don't know his name. Fuck, was it Tola? Whatever his name was? Jeez, man, what's his name? He's here, wasn't he? Yeah, he was here. He's not here today. Alright, fine. Yeah, I forget his name. It's Toe something. Started with a T. What does Zoe want to speak to me about? I have a feeling like she's going to tell me that she's pregnant. And Varl is obviously he's dead now, so that's the vibes I'm catching.
My fingers feel stiff in this cold.
That's what I'm catching. I don't know, let's see. Am I right or am I wrong?
Over here, Aloy.
That's what I'm thinking.
We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here.
Oh, is that his grave?
Now
Shit.
I can always look out at Plainsong and further east to the Nora sacred lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala.
Yeah, she died.
He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Vala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds.
Let them grow. No, no. I don't know why I thought maybe she was going to say she was pregnant or something. I don't know why I thought that. Tripping. Those two were definitely doing a thing.
From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us.
I knew it. See, she's pregnant.
I'm with child.
I knew it.
Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini.
Jesus, you never know.
Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
Sad. Oh, never mind. Poor Varl. I like Varl. He's a cool character.
Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. Then I'll use it on a Sunwing and get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
Sunwing. Oh yeah, I remember. I got the Sunwing thing, didn't I? Man. How much time we got left? 15 minutes. Well, we're gonna cut it to 10 because 15 is gonna be a bit too much of a stretch, I think. Yeah, say 10. There's gonna be an early stream.
You know, we've never played Machine Strike together.
Oh no, I got enough trouble.
Let's talk for one more time. So.
Think you can manage things here while I go help Akaro?
Stopping Regala's war. It'll help us take the fight to the Zeniths?
Yes.
Then I'll make sure the rest of us are ready upon your return.
Okay.
Okay. Zenith.
I know we both want to make the Zeniths pay for what they've done, but once we infiltrate their base, our priority will be to get Gaia and Beta out of there.
Don't worry. I won't go seeking revenge like some blood-crazed Tenakth. Wherever your arrow strikes, mine will follow.
Let's hope we hit our targets.
Okay, let's talk about training.
We'll be facing Spectre drones soon. Erend and Katalo have fought them before, so...
I already asked them to run us through some combat drills.
I don't know if that with T or K.
He's good with that hammer.
Katalo. I remember the names, man.
How's Erend doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
Okay.
I need to get going.
Whatever you plan on doing against Regala, you better return to us in one piece.
I'll try.
Oh, what's in there? Ooh, there's a lot of stuff in there. Okay, fabricator over here. I don't think I've used this fabricator for anything, you know. Damn, I thought I had all the upgrades or not. Okay. Alright, there's still a few things I need to upgrade, but I've got the majority of the stuff.
Override installed. Now to find a sunwing.
I've got a bunch of
There are
overrides.
some roosting at the top of the mountain.
Sunwing. The one roosting at the top of the mountain. Oh man, this is gonna be climbing, isn't it?
Okay, I need to find a sunwing to override. Better head up the mountain.
Up the mountain? Or down the mountain? What are we doing? Wait. Oh yeah. Okay.
Good. There are sunwings up here. We'll have to approach them quietly.
There we go. Let's go.
This is it! I'm in the air!
Come this way. 5 more minutes on stream, guys. Oh, this is hard.
Whoa! Head rush. Hilda, I'm in the air.
Then you'll want to pick up an energy cell on one of the ancient Horus Titans. But first you must send out a pulse to activate them. I've sent you the necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication machines you refer to as Tolnecs. There's one in the middle of the desert that should do nicely.
On it.
Is that the Tornek I've always been trying to figure out how to override and I never got around to doing it? Yeah.
There's a Tolnek. Need to get on top of its head. Now, how to land this thing.
There we go.
Made it.
Ow. Ooh, my stomach's hurting. Ooh. Ooh, ow. Ooh. Okay.
Okay, Tilda. I've overridden the tall neck.
Good. And the energy cells are now primed. Simply pick one up on a Horus. The nearest one should be northwest of your position. Dropping it on Regala's machine should produce quite a spectacle.
Thanks for the assist.
I told you, I want to help.
Whoa! I'm get used to that.
Okay, I think we're gonna call that stream. Yeah, we're gonna call that stream. Let me find a place to drop this off, and then we call that. Alright, hold on a second. Where's the closest? We'll go to that one. That's the closest one. We will continue this journey.
I think that's the Desert Clan's capital. I can really see the scale of it. The Horus should be northwest of here.
How do I get off? How do I get off? Okay, I think it's telling me I have to go this way. Alright, cool. That's stupid. I have to. Oh my gosh. It's not letting me get off.
There's the energy cell. Right on the Titan's back. Got the cell. Now onto the grove. The pulse from the tall neck should have reactivated all the energy cells in the region. I should be able to pick up more from any Horus I fly to. It'll be useful, even after I deal with Regala.
Bro, I'm really looking at the watch now because I'm trying to end the stream, but it wouldn't let me get off the fucking bird. What's going on, man? Why can't I just jump off the bird whenever I want? Why am I stuck on it? I should be able to just jump off the bird anytime I want. Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Can we be quick with this, please? Oh, I probably can save it here, actually, thinking about it. There's a save spot here.
Regala's inside. Hikaru will soon be dead. It's all over, Chaplain.
There we go.
Drop it now. Here
Drop it
goes.
then. Bloody hell, drop. Okay, let's just see if we can skip past this.
Is that? It's Aloy.
She flies on the wings of the 10.
The tide has turned. Push through.
Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't have the spine to give me.
They're down! The machines! All of them! They're down!
What? How's that possible?
Regala!
Enough bloodshed! Let's settle this. You and me.
Oh my god. Why does it have to be a boss fight? Can we just save this already? One thing about this game, man, the pacing is so off, man. Like, why can't I?
Just to get your attention. I don't need any help to take you down.
Fine. I accept your challenge. And once I'm done with you, I'll get to finish.
One second. Sunshine.
We'll see about that.
The duel is set. Let none interfere.
Now you show strength!
Let's make this easy.
Always the same. I'll slit the muzzles for.
There we go. I don't want to skip this.
Alright, so that's how it's gonna be.
There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going, guys. I don't know what's going on here. This is taking too fucking long. Alright, we're just gonna call that stream. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Catch you guys later on.